post this to Instagrams, the gram. And I have to head out and grab boxes today. Actually, I think that's going to end up happening afterwards. Okay, fuck off. I know my focus is on. Thank you very much. And why can't I close you? Jesus criminy. All right, YouTube. You, just you. No tube, just you. Why am I? Oh, right, because I cleared my history. I'm like, why am I logged out? No. Okay, this is. Excellent. We are broadcasting. Broadcasting. Still don't. Excellent. Whoa, I do not need to hear myself. Thank you. Shh. Okay, I think it's like shift this over, right? Yeah, like that. And then we're still good. Yay. And then there's our chatty chat. And then there's our, yeah, there we go. I think that works, right? No, not quite. This needs to shuffle down a little bit further. Shoo. Like that. Now we're side by side. Good. There we go. I just realized I didn't update the... Oh my goodness. I've given myself fake nails. And so typing on the laptop is a little bit intense sometimes. Oh, leave my sandwich alone. I haven't eaten it yet. I forgot that I haven't eaten it yet. Mine. Mine. Flynn's over here trying to... Flynn's over there trying to like snag my turkey sandwich. All right. I forgot that I was supposed to eat that before I came on as well. So what we're doing today is we're going to sew. I found 2 kato that are basically done, so we're going to get these done. And then I've got the whole box of small box bags that didn't get done before Knit City, so we're going... Yeah, okay. Oh, I just had a panic attack. I'm like, oh my God. But actually, there is more work on those than I thought. Shit. And there always is, though. I thought that we were at the point... Well, we are at the point of just boxing, but we got to do end seams as well. And then if I get to it, I will get to this pile of bookmarks. Let's actually post this to Instagram, and then I'll mute and get my sandwich scarfed. Down the gullet. What colors are these? Oh, that's a dark top stitch. So maybe we'll do it. Kids already know that we're going to be like working tonight, so la 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 da 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 dun 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 dun. Actually, no, I'm gonna... I did pack the truck already today. So that's good, and that's why I'm feeling not too bad. Like, it's like, all right, I really haven't done much for Shindig this week, but that's okay. It's all good. YouTube live stream. I probably won't be on much tonight. This will be the only real stream for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Hello? You okay over there? I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream of Knit City Vancouver. It's definitely a very different event from Calgary. And holy shit, did you guys show up? Thank you so much. It was insane. I just want to get into Nikazuki on Twitch. Apparently Twitch doesn't like giving up the information just by searching it on Google. That is wild. All right, there we go. No, I am interested. Copy link. Thank you. There we go. Pitch. All right. Apparently it doesn't want to center that very well. All right, whatever. Okay, I am going to stuff my face with my lunch here, and then we will continue on. I'm just going to mute the mic though. Maybe eventually. Here we go. Boom. And Okay, sorry. I know I had literally just started the stream, but lunch had to be had. Especially with the cats circling like that. I want your food. No. No, you can't have my food, cat. All right, so this is the one that I doubt we're gonna get done today. But whatever. Whatever. I don't know what we're going to get done today. But anyway, you guys, your mission this weekend is to sell me out. I have a month to restock before my next set of shows. And yeah, that is your task. I did just update the online shop as well. So, you know, go check that out. So there's lots of the Dundurn totes that we were working on for Knit City. I did sell both of the wax canvas ones. Someone pointed out very nicely to me that full wax canvas ones are better in Vancouver. Duh. Because of the rain. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. So for Knit City Vancouver in 2 years, I will be doing a, I'll make sure that I've got a bunch more full wax canvas exteriors with that interior. That's the Japanese fabric. Although hilariously enough, both of the ones that have the wax canvas exterior sold to ladies in the Yukon. So, well, Yukon and Kelowna. I was like, all right. But yeah, so they sold like basically within the first few hours of the show. So we know that those are going to be a hit. Obviously I haven't taken the time to A, order more fabric or purchase more fabric, and B, work on them. So those will be the task for, I've got Shindig tomorrow. So we're going to work on some project bags today because we got wiped out in Vancouver. And then we'll be going in to do some more everyday stuff for November because one of the markets is the Winter Wonderland with Ancient Arts, and the other market is the NJCA's Christmas market. So that'll be a lot of fun. And wish me luck that we don't end up with the threat of pneumonia this year like we did last year. I'm hoping we paid our dues last year, and now this year, well, never mind. Our eldest was home with a fever already last week, so never mind. Damn kids. And poor kids, too. It's just like, holy crap. Anyway, but if you're watching because you found me through Knit City Vancouver, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for showing up. Biggest show yet for me. It's a good thing Tara was there and I had someone in the booth because we were both swamped on Saturday. Like, usually I have people come and like spot me off and it's not a big deal and all of that, but no, like Saturday was nuts. It was insanely busy. I know there's a lot of complaints about Knit City Vancouver moving to Calgary, but honestly, you guys showed up. In my selfish personal opinion, my sales were far better, up over even 2023, which was a banner year for Knit City for me too. Like if every year had been like the last 2 years at Vancouver, I would have been bonkers. But yeah, I still think it's one of the best decisions. Now, they are having some issues that they are no longer able to host at the PNE Forum because the PNE Forum is being a dipshit and has changed their booking window from like whatever they had before to 3 months. 3 months. I don't know. And because they're like, we want to get more, more concerts. And it's like, what fucking event only takes 3 months to plan? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Anyway, money. So they're looking for a new space. Vancouver is tough. It's tough everywhere, right? It's like to balance cost and size because Vancouver's quite large. And then like all the other factors of like, all right, accessibility or parking, which is part of accessibility, I guess, but accessibility in general and all of that. So they're looking. I hope I hope they're able to find something. I don't want to lose Vancouver, and I don't think we will, but it's definitely going to look different next time. So anyway, but the good news is that next year, Knit City is in Calgary. So my friends, if you're looking to come to Knit City, Canada, Calgary, it's the same weekend next year. It's the last weekend of September, and it's in Calgary this year, and I'm super excited about that. Now, in closer news, we are less than 24 hours, actually we'll be almost done in 24 hours. But Shindig is tomorrow. It's at the Genesis Center up in Northeast Calgary. Your task this weekend is to sell me out, because I have a month to restock before my next event, almost exactly a month. So yeah, you should come sell me out. There would be some panic, but not full-blown panic. And we have officially booked our flights for Japan. Finally, I don't have to keep weighing all the things. I actually thought we had fucked up. Because Dallas and I looked at flights right after Knit City, right before he went to work. And I was like, okay, we're going to wait for Thanksgiving because they should have a Thanksgiving sale, which, yep, they did. But the price, so with our points, basically, we're going with WestJet because we've been collecting WestJet points on our credit cards, and because the WestJet points allow you to pay for the full flight with points instead of this whole stupid cap problems, right? Cap problems are the fact that how you pay for your flights have changed. But it is a pretty big deal because it's I used to be able to get flights with Air Canada through Air Miles, or flights just in general through Air Miles for $100 because you pay the taxes and fees. No big deal. But if you've heard me talk about this, you can tune out for a moment. Anyway, the structure's changed recently with Air Miles. I think probably when BMO took over, that now you can no longer do that. You have to pay for this. You have to pay the surcharges. So it's okay. When one person's going, that's not a big deal. The surcharges are $400 or something like that. But when you start looking at sending 4 people, it starts to add up. So, and I am cheap. And if I have points, I want to use my points effectively. So we've been collecting WestJet's points and all that, blah, 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 blah. I looked with Dallas and it was sitting around $850 with my points for me and the kids, which, hey, awesome. And then the next day it jumped to $1,200. And I was like, ah, shit. So I've had Google Flights on for this full time, and Google Flights went 2 days later, hey, the prices dropped. And I'm like, all right, that was the time. So we booked them. And yeah, it worked out because the Thanksgiving sale was not very good. It was actually terrible. It went back up. It didn't drop from the $1,200. So I'm like, all right. So moral of this story is, if you're booking flights and you've got some time to wait on it, but you generally have your ideas for your dates, sign up for Google Flights. I've canceled that subscription now, but I'm going to put it on for the next round that we do as well. Because the other thing is that impacts Air Miles too. Hello, Belle. Yeah, I'm really hoping, I'm sure that here's the nice thing is I know that Fiona and Amanda are working really hard on making sure that they have a venue. And honestly, I think P&E Forum will, this might change in 6 months. And that's one of the nice things about being in Calgary next year is that they don't have to commit to anything right now. Really, they don't have to commit to anything until just before. Well, they'll have something lined up probably before Calgary. But A, they will have known that this is coming, and B, I think they'll figure it out. They always do. So it sucks though, because of course that takes more energy and time and all of that. But, it's also wild because it's I figured that they were doubling or upping the venue fees or something like that, which is basically what they're doing in some ways probably. It's just they want to have a higher turnover with fees, but it's yeah. Anyway, I don't know for what, because the peony form is not exactly, it's good for what it is. That's the highest compliment I can give it. Non-compliment, backhanded compliment, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's wild. So, we'll hang tight. I'll be out in Vancouver with bells on in a couple of years. And in the meantime, you should come visit me in Calgary, and then you can go see the Canadian Rockies I'm always talking about. But, yeah, right now we're staring down. We're doing prep for Shindig, which is tomorrow. And then I will be at the Ancient Arts Yarns Winter Wonderland on November something. It's the middle weekend in November. And then I'll be at the NJCA Craft and Food Bazaar the next day. So one show on Saturday, one show on Sunday, and then that's it. That's everything for 2025. I'll try and hustle a shop update for Black Friday because we'll probably run a sale this year. Because I want to move some fabric out before we get to Japan, so I've got more room for more fabric. Oh, and I got into Osaka Marathon. I am still conflicted on how to feel about this. So I am currently training for the Red Deer Half, Halloween Half, which is next weekend, the 25th. I am done all my long runs. I don't know, guys. I was pretty lackadaisical over the summer. I should not have done the program I did because I did drop a lot of training runs. I need to have the ability to be more consistent with it. So I am changing up how I'm training for Osaka. I'm going back to more of the Jeff Galloway program, which is the person that I followed for the Run Disney training. And basically what I did is I counted back from his... So he has a marathon training program for the Walt Disney World Marathon in Florida in January. So basically, I'm just taking his program. I counted back however many weeks it was from Red Deer to Osaka Marathon. And I'm going to plunk myself right into that program because that program actually, it put me right at a 17-mile run, which a half marathon is 13.1 miles. So it's not like a huge mileage jump for me, which is perfect. And then his whole plan is oh shit, those cats. 1 second. That was not good. Ellie will take you along with me. That was nasty. Please do. You. Yeah, don't be a jerk. Come on. You either, Dahlia. Come on. Don't be an asshole. There, go sit in the window. Yes, sir, fluffy pants. Fucking cats some days. Anyway, that was a great big yowl, and then all I could hear was Dahlia running up the stairs. Both of them running up the stairs. Anyway, yeah, so for the Osaka training program, I'm going to go back to a lighter version. Basically keeping my midweek runs at 45 minutes. That's the cap. And then just really long runs. And that's what I need. I need the frickin' volume. I didn't have the volume for this. I did do the volume for this training program, but it was too much mentally. And then we were chatting back and forth a little bit more. Dallas is going to keep applying for Tokyo. He did not get into Tokyo, but he is going to run Kyoto, which actually worked out better because Kyoto is getting sponsored by Nintendo this year. And so that's super fucking cool. Okay, this one definitely messed up. It's zipper position, I think. Oh, well. Yeah. not an even zipper cut. Nothing we can do about it now. If it has to go into seconds, it goes into seconds. Anyway, so he did not get drawn for Tokyo, but instead Kyoto was still taking applications. So he's going to go around Tokyo or Kyoto, which is super fucking cool. It actually worked out better because we both saw the fact that Nintendo's sponsoring, and they're sponsoring because it's the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, which is also really cool. So like all the little bib and everything like that. And then I found out that I was in Osaka on Friday when I drove up to Knit City. So yeah, we're running an Osaka Marathon. We are there to finish. I have to be faster than I was last time. There is no option. My wave starts around 9:45 and we have 7 hours from gun time, but gun time is 9:15. So that means instantly I have a half hour off of my timing. So I have 6.5 hours to run this marathon. Everything's indicating that I should be able to run a 5:45-ish. And I'm going to train like I'm running a 6 hour. That is going to be easiest on my body and mentally, because here's the thing, mental resilience. Anyway, and here's the thing, if I fail, I fail. Like, I tried. That's the main thing, right? So anyway, I was kind of like, I was like, oh, I hope I don't get pulled. I think I'm probably more upset that I got pulled than that if I hadn't gotten pulled. But we'll do it. And then we were chatting a little bit more because there's some events coming up, family events. Dallas's brother's getting married next year. And that wedding will end up, it falls in the same vacation bucket as what going to Kyoto in February 2027 would. So his vacation resets in July. So we're thinking, I'm looking towards the fact that like right now, mentally training for another marathon again in 27, because what I was planning was to apply for 27 for Kyoto. And not even apply, it's just pay to get in basically. It's first come, first serve for overseas people. But I'm like, I think I need to like step back. I need to focus on my conditioning a little bit more. And I need to do some other stuff so that I don't get so fucking bored with the running, which is where I'm at right now. Like, I'm burnt out on running. So I would still keep training, but I wouldn't be training as intensively or as long. I think I would probably train my 10K a little bit more because that's a good indicator for how quickly you can run a marathon. Hi, Kat. And then I can also back off on the fall training for a couple of years, well, a year. So I wouldn't be training for a half, like right before Knit City next year, which would be fucking amazing. Yeah, so what it's looking like is we'll go do this long family trip next year. And then Dallas will keep applying for Tokyo because he's already started that process. And I did ask him the other day, I'm like, how set are you on getting like your 6 stars? And he's like, big one. He wants to run Tokyo. I'm like, all right, that makes sense to me. I appreciate that. He wants to qualify for Boston, but he's like, it's not like it's make or break if he doesn't run any of these, except for Tokyo. I'm like, okay. So he's going to apply for 27. If that pans out, then we'll just go in for that, basically for the marathon. And so it's looking more and more like I get to go back to doing my solo trip next fall, which will be actually, I'm not going to complain about that. And then I'm going to apply for, or I will go in and do Kyoto in 2028. Because here's the thing, in 2028, I for sure will be able to be under that 6 hour cutoff. And Dallas will probably come pace it with, or run it with me again as well. He'll be able to pace me and like all of that. And then that trip will be the trip that we go down and do Nagasaki and all of that, which will be amazing. My phone's totally listening to me also because I keep liking reels of like Kyushu, which is, so Kyushu is like the area. So like Tokyo is in the Kanto region. Osaka and Kyoto are in the Kansai region, right? So this is the Kyushu region, and it's like, so I think Kumamoto is down there, which is where that big black castle is, and Nagasaki, and there's just a bunch of places. Those are the two that pop into my brain, but it's just like everything I've seen of Kyushu looks fucking spectacular. So, and we're both like, we want to go do something new. I was leaning towards doing like Sapporo Snow Festival, given the time of year that we're there. But I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to leave here to go see more, where it's all snowy, and go see more snow. Like, Dallas is like, well, if we ever ski, then we can go. And I'm like, well, if the kids ski. I don't ski. Or I can if I want to, but I find it expensive for something where it's like, and I'm like, not sold. But I do want the kids to learn, because I think it's way better for them to learn now than be like me. But I'm also just not a winter sports person. I'll go snowshoeing. Give me a pair of snowshoes. I'll go snowshoeing. I would like to get better at cross-country skiing, actually, is the one. But anyway, yeah, so that had been the plan for 2027. But just given the vacation bucket and the fact that Dallas now has to start taking time off for Christmas and stuff like that, it just, and his brother getting married and like all this stack up, it's like, all right, this doesn't really work for 27 then for us. So let's bump it out. I still have to go next year, because I got to go see Natsumi for my charms and stuff like that. So I'll probably just do a quick in and out trip in the fall. And dependent on if we'll know around Knit City time again if he's in for Tokyo. And if he's in for Tokyo, then I'll just figure it out for March. Or like the kids and I'll go in early and meet him in Tokyo or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hopefully he gets in for 27. He's still doing like a lot of the extra entries through like run a half marathon and we'll pull 40 names from the half marathon. That's how his cousin got in. I emailed his cousin and I'm like, so Dallas didn't get in, but do you want bells or no bells, basically? And she's like, well, you don't have to come cheer me on if you want to save the time. I'm like, no, woman. Bells or no bells. Because here's the thing. Now that Dallas isn't running, we don't have to have the rot day before, which is rot days being that you just hang out in the room, basically. And we don't have to have a rot day afterwards. So, like, we already saved 2 days of our trip just from that. So, anyway. I'm sure I'm boring a lot of people, but that's what life's been. And sewing, running, not doing much the last few weeks in between Knit City and now. I did get a shop update done, so that's a pretty big deal. Not everything. Box bags did not make it back into the shop yet. They'll get photographed after Shindig, if there's any left. Like I said, your challenge is to sell me out. I've got some little ghosties that I'm making charms for Halloween. Obviously, we're working on some new small box bags because they did get a little bit cleared out by Bad Anna's and Bad Rabbit. So if you saw anything at Knit City that you were like, oh my God, I missed out on it, go check with them. They might have it. They're down in the lower mainland, right on East Hastings Street, actually just down from the Forum, and in New Westminster, from what I remember, at least. So, yeah, I'm actually very nervous about what I'm going to be able to do at Red Deer here. I'm hoping the course is a little bit flatter. Now this is next Saturday, but yeah, my running app is currently, well, okay. The training app is saying that I'm slower than when I ran Calgary, but my running app, Strava, is saying that I should, right? Is it still saying I'm supposed to be faster than when I ran Calgary? Where's my phone? Right fucking there, Katie. And I won't be surprised either direction. I will not be surprised if I'm slower, because honestly, I've been like, A, I've been slacking, and B, the Ozempic's been really good, but it's also taken a lot more energy than what I anticipated. Yeah, Strava's saying that I should be able, like, I should drop almost like over 3 full minutes. 2 minutes. Like 2.5 minutes. That's pretty fucking cool. Cool. So yeah, so what I'm going to end up doing a lot of training on in the next few months is intervals. I actually got So the Apple Watch is really good about setting up intervals, but the problem is I can't, at least the version I have, I can't set it to do intervals like infinitely, like do 90-second run walk intervals until 17 kilometers. It's really annoying. I wish it's like you can't make it. It's a smartwatch. You can't make it that smart. Anyway, but it is kind of nice. I went and got myself. It's called a Gym Boss. It's an interval timer. And by saying I went and got myself, I ordered it off Amazon. I've done so well divorcing myself from Amazon this year, but there have been a few things. It's like there was zero alternatives really for getting it in Canada otherwise. So I'm like, okay. And there are still some business supplies that I get on there, but not much anymore. Anyway, it's a little Gym Boss. It's a little like interval timer I can clip on. Yesterday I used it by clipping it onto my bra strap, basically like the strap, tank strap. And the nice thing about it that I do prefer about it versus the interval timer on Apple Watch is that it buzzes separate, and I know it's the interval timer rather than like a split timer or a distance timer or a timer from the watch, which is really nice. So, or like a heart rate. Like zone indicator buzz that like you're above or below zone sort of thing. So that's been good, or it was good, and that's what I'll be using for this training session. Now intervals, the way that I typically train them is, or have been training them over the summer, is I usually go up until I'm like in zone 4, which is whatever your heart rate is based on your watch. And then I'll go back down once I hit zone 4. But this was actually timed intervals, is 1.5. I'm following a program that basically puts me onto a 6-hour pace. The walk interval is a little bit too fast for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to train the run interval, and then I will train the walk interval to be faster as well. But it's like the walk interval she suggests is 9 minutes per kilometer, and I'm like, what? Maybe if I was faster on my run, but basically I'll just run faster. The nice thing is I've trained intervals for so long that my heart rate recovery is significantly improved, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. You're like, Katie, shut up. But, yeah, I'm so fucking excited for Japan. I still wish it was like now, but booking the flights is like solidified everything, which is awesome. I did also book our hotel at the airport. I used Air Miles to do that because that one I did only have to pay the taxes. I think there's like taxes and fees, which I think there's like an Calgary hospitality tax or something like there's a hospitality tax and GST. So it ended up being like, it's actually cheaper than when I looked at it last. I think last I looked at it and told you guys about it, it was like $70. This time it was like $49. And I'm pretty positive I got the side that has the city. It's got city views is what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's the runway view as well, which will be really fucking cool. And it's also going to make it easier just to get someone to drive us in because it's a Sunday. And then, yeah, so we're going to head out. And then I was looking, so curiosity gets the best of me still. It's still like watching and make sure we basically validating my decisions about when we booked. Yeah. I went and looked yesterday, and the flights for the rest of the week out of Calgary to Japan on the exact same flight, the Monday is half the price of the rest of the week. So the rest of the week, it's gone up to $1,000 or more dollars out in economy. Not even premium economy. Economy. I'm like, what the hell? So we lucked out that we are able to leave on the Monday in some ways as well. It was ridiculous. So yeah, now let's just hope that everything lines up for Dallas, for work. Like getting out. That there's no like delays. Hopefully there's no delays for us. Because I booked our hotel at Narita as well. And obviously here Katashi. We're going to fly in to Narita and then stay the night there and then take the train down the next day, which honestly I was like, why are we doing this again? And it's partly it's sunlight, and partly we don't want to be on a train for 2 hours, 3 hours with kids after a 10.5-hour flight. So that's where we're at with that one. Yeah, so it'll be good. I'm so excited right now. If I sound slightly demure, I'm just like also trying to get through the rest of this year. Oh, I did find, I did order some supplies. So we got supplies for stitch and go cases, which are something I'm going to work on. As God, guys, my energy after Knit City was just like, whew. Plus, I really did want to get that update done because I have not updated the, well, okay, I did a small update, I guess, after, what, Odafest? Maybe? Post Odafest? But, like, we haven't done anything since May, and I'm like, okay, time to do another update. So that's what we focused on, obviously. Also because it's like, the weather is shifting, y'all. We're getting bony rain, which is rain with, like, little bit chunks of ice and snow. Yeah, bony rain. And I'm kind of I'm like, I've never been accused of being a drop shipper for these bags, but I was taking photos with me in the, like, as the model, basically. And honestly, that's way easier to do outside. My neighbor's house is actually the perfect, like, tone to be a reflector. So I didn't have, if you go and look on the website, all the photos that are on there, I didn't have to edit beyond, like, cropping some stuff out. I'm like, sweet, I'll take that. Yeah, and you can see the progression of, like, what the temperature was as I, like, put my jacket on to take more photos. All right, let's get her done. So this is the last one for the top. Now I count this as the more difficult side because the zipper is split on this side. Now we'll go in and do what I consider the easier side, which is the bottom, with the closed end of the zipper. And yes, that is the case whether this is a closed end zipper and or a zipper tape zipper, because we've put the poles on the zipper tape, so it's closed up that end as well. Okay, let's get this under the machine and across, and then I'm going to drink some more coffee, and then we'll flip and sew the other side. And if you're like, Katie, didn't you used to clip this? Yes, but I was realizing that A, that takes a lot of time, and B, I wasn't getting any better results clipping it in versus not clipping it in. So here we are. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be working tonight. I don't want to work too late because the one complaint I guess I kind of have about Shindig is the setup is so fucking early. It starts at 7:30. It's like, oh my God. So I have to be out of here. I have to be dropping the kids off at like 6:45. My poor in-laws. I usually try and get them to stay with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law that live just down the road from us, because I'm like, it's a brutal hour for everyone. And they're usually up early, but my sister-in-law and brother-in-law are both busy. So I was like, God damn it. So yeah, up to grandma and grandpa's very early, but my father-in-law's like, I'll cook for them. I'm like, sweet, please do. So okay, now I don't normally clip these apart between well, not all the time, obviously sometimes, but yeah, these are going to be easier if I clip them apart. So the plan after Shindig is I still want to get the stitch and go cases going. We are going to have to do a restock on Kato. And I want to do the spring roll pouches still. So I want to get the passport folders rolling. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the stitch and go cases. And then we're going to work on the I just split those up. Whoops. Yeah, stitch and go cases and the spring roll pouches. The spring roll pouches will be good for both Winter Wonderland and the NJCA event. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, we'll do those. I want to get the passport folders done, especially for the NJCA event. Now, NJCA is New Japanese Canadian Association, the Calgary branch, because I think it's Canada-wide. So yeah, that's what we're going to do there. And then things and sundries. I don't know. And then I think I'm going to open up pre-orders, as well as we'll do some fabric options too, like fabric sale options, maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Okay. So after this, we'll go in and we sew the interior line, and then we tack the zipper down to both sides. It's just a little zip stitch, which means that there'll be no gaping holes or anything like that. I did get a new gotcha machine. I finally broke down and did it. I was just like, no, let's do this. So I will have the gotcha there tomorrow as well. Actually, that's a good point. I should print the sign so I can write something out and put it in the thing. Yeah. What else? I just want to go buy fabric. Oh, I did go buy a bunch of shirts actually the other day, for like interiors for mini travelers things, because they will also need to be restocked probably after Shindig, maybe after, I'm not sure exactly when, but they will need to be done. I'm actually just realizing that those probably will work. Like the shirt backs, I'm planning to use those mostly for backpacks, but that would probably work for those belt bags as well, which would look really good. So exciting times. All right. Sewing across. So if you're new here, I just did Knit City Vancouver, and there is actually a video of a full show floor tour of Knit City Vancouver on the homepage. I did it live, and then so I put everyone on the spot that wasn't busy, asking what their favorite colorway or product was. So thank you for everyone who indulged me with that. It was a lot of fun on my part. I hope I didn't flub it too much for a lot of people. We did not get into all the booths because my motto is still always, we don't disrupt people making sales. So yeah, I don't know, I like doing that stuff though, so. Lots of people also didn't want to be on camera, and that is also completely fine. We respect that. Yeah, and then there is a whole set of links to the vendors on my website as well. So you can always go in and take a look through their websites and purchase from them if you see something, or if you're an attendee again and you like just didn't get back to someone, or you got like get reminded by the video as well. So make sure to check out the link list again on the website. If while you're there, you can go buy a bag. Because you got to have something to carry all that gorgeous, gorgeous yarn in, whatever it is. I still have not turned on shipping to the States yet. I was really holding out hope that it would like resolve. But I guess maybe with the government, I don't know, maybe with the government shutdown, it's like not even possible to resolve it. I don't know. Now that I think of it, fuck, yeah, no, nothing would be changing. Anyway, but the other issue of this is that there's a government shutdown, so, and we have a Canada Post strike, and so I'm able to ship through UPS, but I'm hearing that, I don't know if this was clickbait or not, but, so I haven't looked further into it, but apparently a bunch of shipments are just getting destroyed because UPS just doesn't even have the capacity to process everything. So I think we're just gonna, I love all my American customers. If you love me too, give me a like on YouTube, subscribe, whatever you're going to do. Instagram interactions are always good as well. And once I figure everything out, I will get it reopened. But right now I am kind of holding off and waiting to see what happens. I don't think it's going to change now. At this point, I don't think it's going to get changed, even though it's like been illegal or ruled illegal, but it doesn't seem like that matters. So anyway, if you are in Canada and looking to make a purchase, I am still shipping through UPS or whatever is honestly the cheapest option. I am trying to avoid Purolator. With Canada Post doing rotating strikes, we can keep an eye on that and see if they kind of clear out the backlog. I probably won't ship with Canada Post until they are done being on strike. Although if you are at a P.O. box or rural address that has no alternatives, let me know. And we can always set it aside and wait until we're for sure out of the strike action. So. Anyway, do your shopping early for Christmas. I know, it's not even Halloween yet. We just got through Canadian Thanksgiving, but yeah. It's time to think about Christmas. Hell, I've been thinking about Christmas stuff since January, though, because I ran into people at Polka Dot Creek that had things. I was like, that is the perfect Christmas gift for people on my list. So here we are. We hosted Thanksgiving this year. It went really well. Notoriously, a few years ago, we took way longer to cook our turkey. So this year we decided to do an unstuffed turkey and also started it at the correct time. But then turned out that it actually cooked faster than everything was indicating, even unstuffed. So our turkey was ready very early, but it actually stayed moist and it stayed warm in the oven. Dallas did a really good job of it. One of the things my dad always used to do is put bacon on the turkey. And Dallas is like, why do you put bacon on the turkey? And I'm like, I don't remember my dad ever basting a turkey, and he would cover the whole thing in bacon. So I'm pretty sure it was mostly to keep it moist. So we did, because the bacon was really salty. So I was like, yeah, let's do that this year. Basically what we did is we just covered the breast of the turkey. So it didn't overwhelm the turkey, which was nice. But it also gave the gravy a really nice, kind of smoked flavor as well. So it was really good. Yeah, we haven't done a turkey with bacon for a very long time. So I was very pleased with that. Okay, what time is it? 2:30. All right, I do need to head out around 4. I've got a couple orders to go out, and their shipping boxes came in, so I should probably ship those out today. And then I will be, I don't know, just mostly because also Staples closes at 6. And I usually pick up the kids around 5:30. It's a little bit tight for that. And if I go at 4, I can package the orders and drop them off at the same time, basically. I'll just head over to the drop-off point, and then they'll be in the system they won't go anywhere today, but they'll be in the system for Monday, which will be better than nothing. Da-na-na-na. So, right, I need to pick up some tissue paper as well. Okay, so right now we're still working on these small box bags. These are the end seams. I forgot that this was the stage that we were at. I thought that we at least had the end seams done. Now I am extremely glad that I listened to my brain when, just before Knit City, I finished sewing something, and then I was like, oh, I can work on these small box bags. And my brain went, fuck no, you're not. And it's honestly a good thing I did. So we still did fine. But everything was looking a little pallid by the end in Knit City. There was a lot of drooping going on, and right now I only have 2 suitcases of stock, and then a like partial bin, half of which is taken up by those teacup pincushions. So, and it's like a bunch of small stuff. There isn't. What I mean is there's not a lot of like my traditional like project bags and stuff like that. Yeah. There will be a few more. Kato joining us tomorrow because I did send some with Jen of Fibre Goddess to Saskatchewan a couple weeks ago, where they did sell some, which is super cool. She said that one of the penguin ones is going to Antarctica, which is so fucking awesome. It's like such random happenstance. So that's really cool. I'm like, that makes me so ecstatic. Probably as excited, or even more excited maybe, than when the woman bought a bag to take directly to Japan. She like bought it at the Hanami event, or Hanami or January, one of the two, with Ancient Arts, and it was like in Japan 2 weeks later. That was Hanami, right? Because she bought it to go with a kit for the cherry blossom shawl that Caroline released a couple of years ago. I cast on a sweater. I bought the yarn at Knit City, and then I cast it on instantly because my God, it's fucking dramatic. And it's like, basically it's 2 shawls on your arms, bell sleeves. Oh, it's so cool. Anyway, very dramatic. I will not have a lot of places to wear it to, but I just saw it and I'm like, I need that sweater. And for anyone who's followed me for a little bit, they know my knitting energy has been like 0. Because when I sit down after sewing all day or taking care of kids, it's either I don't have enough mental energy, or I just don't want to do anything with my hands. Hell, even holding a book sometimes is too much. That's why I do so many audiobooks. And it's like, it's not like my hands hurt or like I'm physically incapable, but it's just, no, it doesn't happen. Anyway, the kids are both in unparented gymnastics now, which actually I did do a lot of this work at gymnastics a few weeks ago because why not? And because what else are the kids going to do? Well, their like sibling is in frickin' gymnastics. We bring their iPads so that they can just chill with us basically. So yeah, so that's just what ends up happening. So I can knit, and then where did I knit a lot the other day? Oh, just chilling. That's what I did one of the days where I was like, I should be sewing, but I'm not going to. Hence why we have 1 day of Shindig prep this year, because whew. At least I was going to say, at least I wasn't burnt out for a whole month. The stream may say otherwise, but really it's only been a couple weeks. What, 3 weeks? 3 weeks-ish. Give or take a little bit. I have not been paying attention. I hope that these are going correctly, to be honest. Matching up because we did have that pile that got separated incorrectly, so I don't know right now. La 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 la, we're just gonna ignore that. And then we did go through and we organized the garage the other day. Donated a lot of the bins of stuff that I got from my parents' place over the summer. I did try to sell it. It's always like my thing. It's like, okay, so sell, donate, or just give away on the buy nothing page, right? So, because I was like, well, if I can get a few dollars from a lot of this stuff that like just does not have good energy for me, then that's what we're going to do. And actually I did sell a good chunk of it, but I was just like, nah, I'm done fielding that. So we went and donated it, and then The garage is very emptier now. Not very empty. Never will be very empty because it's got all my show stuff and stuff like that in there. But yeah, no, it's tidier, I guess might be the better description. And we've got listings up for our 2 jogging strollers because the kids are too heavy for them technically now. And we both kind of are like, well, when are we going to use them next? Because we have some heavy duty strollers for Japan, umbrella strollers, because there's no way in hell I'm taking a double, like a side-by-side double. And then it's like, well, and we're not, like, they don't need it for Stampede because they walk the whole day. And if we need it, then, or if we need anything, we'll take one of the umbrella strollers. And then on top of it, it's like, by the time we go back to Disney down in Florida, hopefully, they'll be able to walk it. So, yeah, we're selling them. And I'm like, oh, that came way too soon. Oh, well. I did a lot of training with the kids in those strollers until they started fighting too much. Which, honestly, I probably I ran with them earlier this year, but I probably haven't run with them in it regularly for a year to a year and a half. Probably a year right now. Mostly because it's a lot of weight. Because the kids are like, the stroller itself is 32 pounds, and then you add the kids in there. So it's been regularly over 100 pounds of extra weight for the past like year. So, and they fucked. Just like most of the time sometimes they're okay, but overall the general vibe in that stroller was fighting. I do remember very distinctly earlier this year, one run, I only had to go 5K and I nearly cried because they were just like at each other. And it's like, oh my God, you two. I just need to get this done. Like it's 50 minutes, guys. There's more snow blowing in right now. All right, we are almost on this pile so we have to do the zipper end, or like the exterior end seams. And then we need to do the interior end seams. Oh shoot, we do have a custom order coming up for some mini travelers. So I should actually go in and make a draft order for those. I also have a Kato on order that I should do. And we have one order from Vibrations that I need to also wrap up on. We'll finish. No, I'm going to do that right now because otherwise I'm going to forget and I'll be like, where are they? Where? Ooh, they're booking for Christmas photos. Excellent. We will definitely do that. Custom orders. Before I forget, I have 2 custom orders we need to do. Just make sure that I don't have them in drafts. Good. Okay, so add a draft order. Add an order. Add an order. Add an order. Mini traveler. So we're going to make one mini traveler sling. Oh, it would help if I actually put the name in. But it's a mini traveler sling in the ooh. Is this actually snowing? I closed the blind so that the sun wouldn't beam in, and now it's like I can't actually see out because of the bug net mesh here. Capybara Onsen in black is one of them. And we have full creative freedom. So I was like, do you want more input than this? Or do you only want that as like the input? And they're like, just go with what you want to do. I'm like, excellent. We can do that. Mini traveler sling. Alice. in Wonderland red. 65. Save. Now, do I have you in my... I do not. Shoot. Okay, I'll just put her name in there. That's not how you spell it. No. Good God, you'd think that I'd know how to do this myself. Given how long I've done this one, apparently not. Calgary. Save. Okay. Save. Yeah, I know there's freaking address issues, don't worry. And then we've got another one going to Montreal, which is a Kato. The cat silhouettes with red roses. And then I just need to find out from her if they want to add in okay. And then we're going, and then 2 the white cat charms. The big thing that they wanted is they wanted the white cat things too. Okay. They're like 10 grams each or something like that. Itty bitties. 10 grams. And this requires shipment and it's 450 grams ish. Give or take a bit. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Draft orders done so that I can, oh, no, not quite. Nope, that's not how you spell that name. Oh, so I also found out pre-booking all of the stuff with what's their names? Those people that we booked with. WestJet, those people. Yeah, pre-booking with them, I found out that you can, I think I complained about this, so this is why I'm just bringing this up, is that you can actually book with WestJet points and a gift card. So if you're someone who, like, travels with WestJet and you like want to take advantage of those Costco gift cards, because you can get the Costco like $500 WestJet gift cards, but for $450, so you basically get 10% off. Anyway, long story short, because apparently I can't keep things shit straight right now. Buy them, but the thing is that you have to call in to book with the WestJet card, because apparently there's a limitation on the different payment methods they can take online, which I find baffling, but all right. So like in the case of us, we would only be able to, we only were able to use a credit card and our points. Not that, well, because I hadn't been investing in gift cards, because why would I do that when I didn't think I could use them. But now that I know that, I think what I'll do next, before our next trip, well, okay, we're reserving judgment right now, because compared to Air Canada, WestJet does have some things to step up, which seems fucking nuts, because honestly, Air Canada is not exactly a stellar airline either. But at least with Air Canada, I can like check out the menu for the next week on what they're going to be serving on the flights in and out. And obviously barring like catastrophic failure in the kitchen or something like that, right? Or like a supply issue. But it's like WestJet doesn't even post a general idea of what they serve. They're like, yeah, you'll get a light meal, or you'll get a meal and then a light meal just before you land. And it's like, what is going on? It's actually one of the biggest complaints I have so far. And the other portion of this, it wouldn't be a big deal if I could find the information online, but not even Reddit has the information. The only person who's really posted about the food that they got, they're like, yeah, it's not bad. The business class meal. And I'm like, oh God, we're traveling fucking economy. I would love to, do you want to pay for business class for me? I would love to fly business class, but it's ridiculous because of course you always have the like bid for an upgraded seat, and even the lowest bid for the freaking upgraded seat is like $1,800 a piece, and it's like only one way. And I'm like, holy shit. I guess that's where like yeah, that would be where the gift cards come in handy. Automatic 10% off your business class seats. I was like, they're like, you can get 50 status lifts now, so you can reach platinum. I don't even want to know how much you would have to spend on the credit card to reach platinum. But it's like, to even reach the next tier through credit card spend on the MasterCard, it's like something like $100,000 or $150,000 a year through the credit card. I'm like, nah, nope, not happening. I was like, holy shit. I would, no. I'm like, well, that's not useful. And then on top of it, a status lift for us would only go from January 1st to December 31st, 2025. And we're traveling in February. So I'm like, it's completely useless for us then. Like, gross. But they did just partner with TELUS. Now they have been partnered with TELUS for a little bit because that's who's bringing them Wi-Fi on the planes now too for Canada. I wonder if they've got Wi-Fi. Like Air Canada has Trans-Pacific Wi-Fi. I wonder if WestJet has Trans-Pacific Wi-Fi. Anyway, but yeah, now I'm earning WestJet points on our TELUS bills, which is super awesome. TELUS actually had a pretty robust rewards program for quite a while, and then they revamped it, and that's okay too. But I'm like, if I can earn flight stuff instead of WestJet points instead of TELUS points, that's even better because you can convert it apparently. But I'm like, may as well just be like collecting directly. Although the conversion rate's like 0.067 or something insane. I'm like, I originally thought it was like at a 2/3 rate, which I'm like, okay, that's not bad. But no, it's like 0.067, and I'm like, that's a really weird number, but okay. It's better than what I would use it for right now, because so before they were doing like Amazon gift cards and stuff like that, but they don't do that anymore. I'm like, okay, so never mind. Although it is WestJet not doing Amazon gift card or Amazon like points on purchase and stuff like that actually made me shift to a Canadian company. And this is well.ca. So if you're looking for like supplements and stuff like that, it's a really good way to get them. I've had no issue. They do next day delivery over a certain amount as well. No like Prime membership needed, which is awesome. And honestly, at this point, I'm down to enough or so little through Amazon now that I'll probably shift it. Like we used to have Prime. And honestly, if you are feeding babies like formula or diapers or wipes or anything like that, 100% leverage the subscribe and save system, because fuck paying full price for formula and wipes and everything like that. It's way too goddamn expensive. And here's how I did it. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but you subscribe 5 times and then you hit the top tier of the item. So like in the case of formula, especially with our second, they had to be on an extremely special formula because their tummy had a lot of issues with it. And so what I did is because each bucket, like I couldn't buy multi-packs of it. It had to be individual buckets of it. I put 5 individual buckets in and got the highest discount because, again, screw that. And then I just ordered, like, I had it figured out that it was just 5 every, or however many it needed to be the highest, like, subscribe and save discount. I think it was, at that time, I think it was 5. I don't know what it is now. So, or if you have someone you can go in on it with, or like another mom or something like that, or whatever. Or like your whiteboarder at the same time, etc., etc. Now, Costco is probably more cost effective, but there is something to be said about having these things delivered right to your door. So, and we weren't shopping at Costco at that time because, different times. Although, honestly, Costco's delivery system is pretty good too. So, at least I am in a not rural area. I am like fully suburban, just outside Calgary. So, getting deliveries just outside Calgary in southern Alberta have been fine with Costco. I cannot speak for other areas of the country, obviously. Okay. Now that we don't have to manipulate the twill into there, we can just head on through. Oh yeah, anyway, so well.ca is a really good like resource. Also just a good resource in general for like just some random stuff that like, it's not Amazon, but it's not Amazon, right? It's not Canadian Amazon. But it also like carries a lot of stuff that you would find on Amazon. So like, what's a random, like I bought ice packs off of there this summer. Because ice packs seem to be like water bottles sometimes, of like, they just wander off from the kids' lunches, never to be seen again. Oh, speaking of things to never be seen again, guess how long it took me to finally, like, guess what I found that I've been complaining about all summer of not being able to find for 3 freaking years. Actually, it's only like 2.5, but anyway, I won't keep you in suspense because you're probably like, you have complained about so much, Katie. We don't know. I found my like ball winder finally, and guess where I found it? The cake winder for yarn. It was in the fridge, or not in the fridge, but in the cupboard above the fridge. With the yarn that I would have wound with it last, which I wound in May of 2023. So I'm pretty sure what happened is I wound the yarn for Japan, and then it was helpfully tidied up and put above the fridge. You know, I have like basically torn this house apart looking for it. I would have never thought to look above the fridge. Yeah. So now I've got my yarn winder back, and I am quite happy because I am so tired of hand winding like fingering weight yarn and, well, all the yarn. So, and I finally broke down about 3 to 4 months ago and bought a shitty one from Michael's, but it is so crappy. So I'm very glad. This was my OG ball winder that I've had for like probably well over a decade at this point. It's definitely over a decade. It's nearly as long as we've been married, if not longer than we've been married, that I've had this thing. And it's a Royal. It's still one of the ones that was made in Japan, so it's like a really good ball winder, even though it's plastic. So I'm extremely pleased that I finally found it, because my God, I was upset that I couldn't. And I looked in all the spots, like all the craft item spots it should have been, and like, ugh, I was so annoyed. And it had been missing for so long too. That's why I just ended up buying one, because I was like, well, I know it's in the house, but if I can't find it, it's essentially just gone. Anyway, my niece asked if I had a ball winder the other, like way back before Knit City, and I just responded to the text of like, yes, you can have my backup one. Apparently she wants to try and like upcycle thrift store sweaters, it looks like, or something like that. So that's fun. So yeah, I went and did some thrifting the other day. for men's shirts, for the dress shirts, for the interiors of the mini traveler slings. I think a good goal this year is to get all the mini traveler slings to have pockets made from upcycled shirts. Now, they don't need to be men's dress shirts, but I'm not digging through the women's dress shirts for cotton shirts because it's already hard enough to find them in the men's shirts. I know, I like say that a lot of this is cotton, and then I was like the other day, I was like, but then you like interface it with a polyester fabric. I'm like, yeah. But at least the exteriors are still cotton. That's what I'm sticking with. But I think a good goal is to get all the minis to be able to be upcycled interiors. Anyway, so I also put a call out on my Buy Nothing page the other day. I was like, here, this is what I make. I would love to take jeans that you can't donate off your hands. If you can still donate them, go for it. And I'm not in a rush. We have enough denim for the next run of minis, probably. I think. But actually, I've already got quite a few people who are like, yes, 100%. I'm like, sweet. No, go back. The other nice thing that I did is I basically just shopped the tags that were half off at Goodwill because, like, they're not the shirts aren't too expensive, but $4.75 for a shirt versus $9.50 for a shirt is a significant difference. Yeah. And then so we'll use the sleeves for the minis because that worked out really well. And then a lot of them still had fabric as well to make bookmarks out of. So we'll use as much as we can, as usual. Obviously, there's always still going to be a little bit of waste on my end, but then it usually goes in to be stuffing for other people and etc. And then the backs, what I was planning to do with them is they should become the pockets for the those things. Backpacks is what I was leaning towards. And then we've got sheets and duvets and stuff like that as well. Was actually going to just do the same thing with all of them, but now I'm wondering if we should do like the Kato pockets out of those larger cuts. Although it is fair enough, much harder to find fully cotton sheets and stuff like that. So, and the backs of the men's shirts isn't enough fabric for the two pockets for the Kato. So we could 100% do mismatched pockets, but I do feel like that is one area where we will continue to use new fabric, which is a good point that I do actually need to take stock and probably place an order for some more like pocket fabric. I've got the blue still, so I'm thinking leaning towards we probably need like another neutral and maybe some paw prints or something like that. Not a neutral, but like something like that confetti sprinkly thing. Enough contrast that you can see the pocket against this background. Oh, and actually I should double check to make sure we've got enough lining for the next, yeah, we got enough lining for the next run. And honestly, if I need to order more, then I just order it as I need it. But yeah, we need more pressing. We need waxed canvas. Waxed canvas, and we need, yeah, we need wax canvas. That's actually that's the big one we need. Because I did end up getting foam for the backpacks at a far cheaper rate than I anticipated. Actually, I should open it up and make sure it's the right stuff now that I think about it. Ooh. But anyway, foam for the backpacks at like half the price that I was anticipating. Well, not half, 50% less. And also I found fusible fleece as well, and the fusible fleece will be what's going to go into the those things, guys, spring roll pouches. Anyway, I ordered from Wawak. That's where America's #1 sewing source. I swear I order from a Canadian website, so it must be that they're like just got a Canadian site. But anyway, Wawak is where I got a lot of my like threads and etceteras from. They're reliable, pretty consistent on their pricing. That's the big thing. They charge me in Canadian, which is also huge Because the exchange, I paid for I bought a couple patterns yesterday, and the exchange rate was 68, $1 to 68 cents American. And I'm like, oh. I haven't seen that low of rate for like a disgustingly long time. Okay, so there's fusible fleece. There's not much way around this. Pellon is the fusible fleece maker that I use. So made in the USA. I'm trying to get away from that stuff as much as we can, sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, there's not much you can do about it sometimes. Yeah, fuck yeah, that is the stuff we need. And I think sewing, which is what we need for the backpacks. 10 yards, and it was like significantly less expensive than I anticipated, or what I'd been preparing to purchase. So it made it easier to like just go for it, sort of thing. And now we got a nice big box. Woohoo! But sometimes they include stickers. They didn't include stickers, guys. Harridans. Not that I know. I have a set of stickers from like a couple orders ago, and I don't know where to put them. So, you know. The exchange rate is fucking ridiculous, especially when you also have to account for the fact that if it's imported to the States, it's tariffed, and then we're paying that exchange rate on the tariffed amount too. So, anyway, this, like, as much as like this has been new for a lot of people this year, I have been looking for new like Canadian suppliers for a lot of these things for the last while because of the exchange rate. And it's like, at least even if it's American made, the Canadian rate is going to still stay a little bit better. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder if it's affected because I buy my fabric out of, wait, that's not what I want. I buy my fabric out of from a Montreal supplier, but of course we don't have the manufacturing capacity in Canada for a lot of it. So I wonder if it's impacted the quilt cottons and stuff we normally use for the interiors. No, I don't want to chat. Fuck off. I did actually look up the other day whether I can be monetized because I swear so much in the stream. It's like, yes, even if you swear right away, you will be able to monetize. Apparently, you could not for a while. I'm like, okay. Where the hell did it go? Okay. Ugh. Okay, so on their oh, there it is, like right at the top. That's why I missed it. On their website, it's all alphabetical, but on the mobile site, it's not alphabetical, and it's baffling some days. Anyway, it's right at the top. Let's see. Might have gone up a couple bucks. Hey, there's the fabric that I made the youngest shirt out of last year. Yeah, the shipping rate too. It's, oh my god, it's insane. Oh, they got a lot of cute Halloween holiday fabrics right now. There's cats in Santa hats. Damn it. Oh, and then that's the fabric that I made the eldest's Christmas outfit from. I know I should be sewing, but let's take a look. Okay, no, they still have some stuff that's like cheap. The new stuff though, actually the new stuff is probably where it should be. African wax metallic. That's fucking gorgeous. Data sheet. And just 100% cotton. It's also wider. That would make some like very interesting pockets for like the kato and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a little bit more than I would normally spend, but it's not that insane. And honestly, that would be a cool mashup. Ooh. They're spectacular. Okay. Since I have to order stuff anyway. Anyway, what I wanted to see is if they had cats and dogs, because this is where I get the little paw print fabrics, and that would be fun I still do need some cat and dog ones because I like the paw prints in like how we've been using them. There's dogs and surfboards. There's just little black cats on green. And there's the scary fabric. I'll show you the scary fabric. There's 2 scary fabrics. This one actually looks like it might have a litter box. Oh no, yes it is, never mind. Yeah, so that's the scary fabric. It's like, I still don't know what to think of it. But yeah, that's at the price that it was before. Okay. And the new stuff that they've added recently. Scotties. That one's cute, but it's got bones in it. Oh, we could do something very generic. Like this looks good. It's technically for dog, but like that would be a nice kind of neutral for a lot of these that we do anyway. So that might be the one for the paw prints. They have had it for a while though, so who knows if they still have stock on it. How wide is it? 43 to 44 inches. So we do technically want 44 inches because then we can do the 3 cuts across. So the African cottons would actually be the best situation for us. There's just cats, but cats is too, we can't do just cats because we do have dog fabrics. And this is going to extend into whatever we end up with next year as well. So I don't know. This one, oh, there's that one still. This one is still one of my favorites. Maybe that's what we'll go with. I know it's kind of a lavendery brown, but I really love the ditzy pattern of the paw prints with that one. They also have like a navy, but the navy, if it's anything like the black we had a little while ago, it's fine, but it's not super good because it'll actually transfer through to the fabric. At least that's what I found was happening. Yeah, and that's 43 to 45 inches, so it's got that little bit extra. Okay, so maybe we'll go with both. Maybe we'll go with that lavendery ditzy pattern and the paw prints. And then some African wax cotton as well because it's gorgeous. And it would make for some very unique pockets for the kato and the backpacks too, actually. Okay. Anyway, and actually, then the one I should check is our canvas because the canvas does come out of the States. Well, I think this all comes out of the States. But what's our canvas cost? Because that would actually tell us the best because it would not be like new fabric. It would just be the same price, same fabric. Let's see here. And then we'll get back to sewing. Look at me being distracted. Are we surprised? Oh God, it did go up. Do they still have it available? 10 ounce. I usually use 12 ounce. Oh no. Maybe. Maybe not. Fire resistant. We don't need fire resistant. Thank God. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I think that's gone up $1 per meter. Per yard. I don't think, oh, it's per meter. Really? Gross. That's not bad, but when you start adding it up over the full thing, it adds up quickly too. Considering that we're normally, so that basically just put up the order that I would have put in last year by $50. Just instantly. Is this it? Yeah, this is the invoice from last year. Oh no, okay, it's the same price. Never mind. I'm freaking out over nothing. Phew. And that is what we paid also for the quilt cotton last year. Okay, so, so that means we probably should put our orders in fairly soon. Just so I'm like not having to pay that ridiculous exchange rate. Or, well, I shouldn't have extra tariffs right now unless something happens with the free trade agreement on our end. Let's hope nothing happens on our end. And then I got to settle on a wax canvas supplier for a little bit. I do have a couple leads. There's Emmeline bags out of Edmonton. I guess actually if I want to make those, any more of those for November, I should actually place the order now. Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can do that while I'm putting the babies to bed tonight. The not so baby babies. I got a Sunday we're going for all you can eat takoyaki and okonomiyaki with the NJCA. I've been trying to get to their community events for like a couple years now because I'm like, well, I feel really shitty about just going and selling to them. So I'm like, well, this is a good opportunity to go do that. But yeah, oh, then we can go. That's what we'll do. I was like, I want to do a countdown calendar for Japan, but I want to decorate. I've got like basically bubble numbers kind of thing for it. And but so I want to fill them in with like washi tape. Actually, I'm like, we should go buy washi tape. But honestly, I have enough washi tape probably for here. So we'll probably just do it here. But yeah, that's something I'll do on Wednesday. Or not Wednesday, Sunday. Because we're under 100, like we're under 4 months now already. It's like, holy crap. I gotta get my porn harness again. I sold the one that had the like stretchy thing because my phone didn't actually fit in it anymore. Super annoying. But they brought out a version that has the like MagSafe, so that will actually be better anyway. It'll be easier to turn the direction of it is part of what I'm thinking. And then they have one that actually has a chest strap on it, so I might just get that one because I think that might be easier. And then I can cover up the back with like a jacket or something like that. 'Cause it's going to be cold enough that we will be wearing jackets. We don't have to wear 6 bajillion thousand layers like Canada, but it's still not going to be warm. It's going to be like, I think on average it's usually about 8 to 10 degrees Celsius, which is about what we're at right now. So it's like, I'm comfortable in a heavier jacket and like 2 mittens for sure. The kids, I'll probably still bring the kids winter jackets just because they're tinier. Yeah. All right. There's 3 sets of end seams out of 4 done. Where'd my snippers go? There they are. Where are we at? 3:10. Okay, so I need to head out at 4 because I need to go pick up boxes. Well, I need to print off labels for shipping, and then I need to go pick up packaging boxes to place orders in, and then I want to get them to the UPS office before the UPS office closes. So it looks like probably what we'll get done is we'll get done the all the end seams on these guys, and we'll probably start on the boxing. And then, yeah, I guess this is what I'm working on tonight is boxing. I need to do some rivets for some of the bags that we have. And because I forgot the handles for the fan wax canvas obi bag. So we'll finish that one up tonight for tomorrow. And there's some repairs to do on the fan bag, so I did those today as well. I missed or punched through the wrong part of the wrong portion of the wax canvas with the rivet punch, and I'm like, what? Weird. Anyway, it's annoying. I keep needing to also print out the template because I keep forgetting about it. So there's some things that I'll definitely do different with the dunder next time. Mostly that the rivets can't be done at the end like this. Or they can, but I got to figure out how to, like, which step they need to be done in. Probably what I'm going to do is when it's flat. I'm really tempted to actually go in and do... Oh, never mind. I can't top stitch them before we smash them together because that's not how it works. Never mind. I'll shut up. But, yeah, there's a few... I can't leave rivets to the end like I did for Knit City. So it's like, all right, lesson learned. My God, there was so much rivet pressing. Poor Tara. She did a lot of work for us this time. So, yay, Tara. All hail Tara. Neither of us was anticipating it being that fucking busy. There was like, so I left the booth, or I sent her out to go look at food and stuff like that on Saturday. Yeah. Or what? No. Something. She left the booth before I did on Saturday. It was lunch related. And then I left the booth right around lunchtime as well, which is not when classes are even out. And I was like having to crowd food through the whole, like, all the aisles and everything like that. I was just like, how the hell did you get in and out? It was insane. And it also triggered that I tracked down the second payment terminal for, like, next, well, at least Vancouver, hopefully. Well, hopefully next year. I would love for every show to be like that next year. That would be, not every show is going to be like that, but it's like Knit City at least being like that would be amazing. So, yeah. By the way, Andrea, I will be whinging. I did get into Osaka, which means that we've got a lot of training ahead of us. I am changing my training plan, though. We're going to go back to the Jeff Galloway program of, like, well, okay. Basically, I'm just going to go do 45-minute runs. A base run, a tempo run for 45 minutes, and then a long run of whatever distance is prescribed by his marathon program for Disney. And then we are going to follow an interval system that should, in theory, lead me to a 6-hour marathon. Everything indicates that I should be able to running like a 5:45 or so, but you know, that's like an all-out race push, and that's not what I'm going to do. I want to go finish. So we're aiming for that 6-hour-ish, and that gives me an extra half hour. Any way I cut it, I have to be faster than I was last time. So I don't know. I haven't been seated yet in the like different corrals, but I'm probably going to end up in like the back corral, and its timing start is at 9:45. Gun time is 9:15, and you have to be 7 hours or under from 9:15. So instantly, by the very, very high likelihood that I'll be in the back corrals, I'll end up like losing a half hour there instantly. So we'll see, but that's my theory right now. So, oh, all right, we're not going to start the boxing right now. What we're going to go in and do is we got to do all the little tack downs for the zippers. So that's what we'll do next. And then we'll start the I'll do the boxing after dinner tonight. Kids know that we're coming downstairs and they're getting iPads. We did go out to the playground for one kind of like last hurrah last night because my God, the weather is descending on us, upon us now. And I really don't feel like standing out and freezing my butt. And also I need to finish stuff up tonight. Although it is getting nice and sunny in the mountains right now. So who knows? I'm just hoping it doesn't snow too hard tonight because that will definitely impact the number of people that come through Shindig tomorrow. So it's like, don't snow overnight, please. But, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. The crazy part of this is that Osaka Marathon is the day after the temple market that I do in Kyoto. So Dallas is like, we'll do the expo that day. I'm like, nope, we're doing the expo on Friday because we cannot miss Toji. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna go buy all the obi and kimono pretty much that we're going to buy on Saturday. And then I'm gonna go run a marathon on Sunday. Yeah. And then we're gonna go to Wakayama and see a friend and her kiddo on the Monday, which apparently is a holiday. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to line up, like, meeting up with anyone else while we're there. We'll see. I don't know if we'll see anyone else. But messages have been sent out, so we'll find out, I guess. Oh, that needs to be a little bit deeper because the twill is, it's on the like fray edge. So we'll re-sew that afterwards. We'll do this side first because we're on this side, but yeah, then we'll go in and... Okay. Carousel horse snow globes on pink. Needs to have its zipper end resewn. Yeah, and then I also want to pick up some more haori, which are the kimono jackets, because I have one right now, but I want to be able to have a few more for like events like Otafest and stuff like that, where I'm there more or longer, and Omatsuri, so I'm not wearing the same haori every year. Yeah, that's kind of where the rain was definitely bony this morning. So I had a little bit of snow. It was definitely snowing further, like north out of town. I was seeing videos of that, so that was gross. But it's all gone right now. There's definitely snow in the mountains. We actually had a really good drive home from Knit City, thankfully, even though it was actually raining most of the way. Oh, and we were so lucky. We're coming into Golden, and an ambulance went out, and it's like, oh shit, that's not good if the ambulance is going out. And then 2 cop cars, and then the fire truck, and it's just like, what happened? And it must have been maybe 5 to 10 minutes after we went through, but there was actually like an accident that shut down the highway. So a bunch of people coming home from Knit City, Vancouver, coming to Calgary were stuck in Revelstoke overnight. It's just like, tragic. Like, yeah, the accident was really bad. Stars came in. I think someone was probably pronounced, there's definitely a fatality. So probably, I think, pronounced on scene. But yeah, we lucked out in, like, A, that we weren't in that alone, and then B, of like, that we didn't get stuck with it. So, and then the roads were all dry as well all the way home, because I was worried about snow with the rain coming through, because been there, done that, don't want to repeat it. Which is not the nice thing about Knit City being in Calgary next year. No worrying about weather bullshit. For me, at least. And we're at the point where now we got some new tires for the Jeep. We're just waiting to get them installed, which is good. The Jeep needed new tires. And it's going to get a whole workup at the mechanic this week. So thank you for buying bags so I can maintain my vehicle. Oh, God. I'm excited for new tires. I think they're definitely toast. I got not a warning, but I got an advisory from the mechanics last year that if not switching over to winters, I should have changed them last year. Basically what it is because they've sat outside. It's good. It's had the freeze thaw so consistently that they've worn out. And yeah, they're like, the tread's fine, but they've definitely got the weather wear. And they didn't look too bad last summer, but this summer, or like just recently, it's like, oh yeah, they're like, there's little hairline cracks in between the treads. And it's just like, okay, time to change the tires. Tires are disgustingly expensive though, so it's just like, ugh. But we went to Costco because I was like, okay, they were the exact same tires we could have gotten here with Cal Tire, but they're like $120 cheaper. And then they also included installation, so that's another like $120 to $150. And then we also have like the executive membership because we pretty much exclusively grocery shopped at Costco the last few years. Outside of like basically specialty items or like small amount items. And so that is another like 2% back, which isn't like insane, but it's still like $250 back. So it paid for itself last year plus some, so that was good. All right, there is all the end seam sewing on the small box bags. So what time is it now? 3:30. Okay, so we're gonna work on getting, basically what happens now is there's like this little gap right here in between the bag and interior and exterior. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to tack that down so that we don't end up with a hole where your stitch markers and stuff like that can escape. I am going to grab my other snips because those crane ones are nice and they work really well. But with the nails and stuff like that, it's a little bit intense to get into. Now, can I? No, you can't really chain piece this. So that's part of why I want these snips. Okay, and then this is probably where we'll also go in and fix that. Any like exterior seams are a little bit like for the carousel horse thing. We'll trim down zippers afterwards. Just go in and production sew these. And then, yeah. Now if you're in the lower mainland area and you're looking for bags you may have seen at Knit City, but you're like, I missed out. It's very likely that they got picked up by Bad Anna's or Bad Rabbit. So make sure to check them out as well. They along with Ancient Arts Yarns are currently my only wholesalers. So if you have a local yarn store in your area, especially in Canada, let me know. I am looking to take on a couple more wholesalers. It would be nice if it was someone out east or central. I was going to say central Alberta, but like central Canada, meaning like eastern Saskatchewan through Winnipeg, Manitoba, I guess. And when I say East Canada, I do mean Ontario and Quebec, because in my brain, all the rest of it's the Maritimes. Although I did get an order from Newfoundland the other day, and I'm pretty sure that's the first order I will send to Newfoundland, which is super fucking exciting. So. I guess actually checking underneath to make sure that this is tacked down might be a good idea. La 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 la. Am I out of practice? Probably. The actual sewing part, no, because that's like getting on a bike. But the rest of it, yes. All right, yeah, the way this is going, we'll finish this, and then when I come home, or when I come back down to sew after dinner, it'll be trimming zippers and sewing box edges. I will not be streaming that because kiddos will be home, and I do not want them on stream. And then hopefully I'll just be done by the time they go to bed. So I'll see you again next week, next Monday, I guess. Monday. What are we going to do Monday? Actually, we should wrap up maybe on the Kato that are like currently partially finished. There's a whole stack of them that don't have canvas. So that could be part of our task since we do need more Kato. And I think actually what we should also go in and do is the passport folders. Because I want the passport folders for NJCA. That would be a good time to have them. I want some more luggage tags, and I am going to order more wax canvas. It will not be here by Monday though, so, but it won't be long. It'll probably be here early next week because Emmeline is like super fast shipping. And I'll look for more alternative sources for that sort of stuff later when we aren't under time crunch. / I have time to chat with some people. We do also have 3 traveler slings to finish. I ambitiously thought that I might be able to get those done today, but it's not happening. But those can be finished for NJCA. Maybe we'll do another poke through the OB and see if there's anything else we want to make. Actually, we should hold off on that until we can make some of the mini backpacks. With the OB. Fuck yeah, let's do that. And if you're like, Katie, this sounds extremely ambitious. Yeah, probably too ambitious, but it's okay. When am I not overwhelming myself? Actually, we need to go through the OB again anyway, because now we have that Dundurn tote pattern. And so we should go through and assess what might be good for that. And yeah, earmark it. Probably what I should start doing is like pinning on a, that's what we should do. That's what we'll do with at least the new stock when I get it in, is we'll go in and we'll pin a note on it for what we're intending to make from it. And like a note of like what section is going to become what and things like that. I think that would be a good one. I will also be opening pre-orders. Maybe we'll just open pre-orders for backpacks though. I'm like, I really want to do the backpacks, but I am a little bit hesitant because I'm like, shoving that backpack under this did not work. And I'm like, I don't know if I can quite swing that new machine yet. Definitely can't swing it even when I buy it. It's too heavy. But it is a lot of fabric. And it's also like I'm going to be buying those charms from Not Singing next year, which is significant as well. So, But anyway, I need to actually start plotting out what we're doing for Peace as well, and April's Dash of Doom, because I think the only way to survive next year, at least the early part, given that we're going to be in Japan for a month of it, is doing the prep basically before we leave, and then after Japan it's going to be the prep for all the obi and kimono bags, because I'll actually have obi and kimono again, because right now we're not out, but I know which one we should get. I'll get more of the brown. Sorry, it's just like, what do I actually have left for obi? Hi, I'm Katie, and if you haven't joined me before, this is the creative chaos of this stream. If you have joined me before, thank you for coming back, because my God, some days. Anyway, I was just clued in that we've got that Phoenix one that made some spectacular traveler slings earlier this year, but my God, would that make some amazing Dundurn totes from like both cuts. So maybe I'll take a look at that and see what we need for a color, because I think we should do, that one would probably look really good with like a nice dark chocolate brown. Mm-hmm. And yes, we'll eventually get to the Sheena as well, but not right now. Especially now that I've got like better options for straps and stuff like that. Anyway, if you're in the Alberta area and you're looking to like sell on, or know of someone who's looking to sell on a cylinder arm machine, I'm still very much in the market. And I have space right here. I know exactly where it's going. Will I have to shimmy everything again? Yes, but it won't be a full studio shuffle. I still have to tidy up the cutting area. I've had a custom order on board since June, which honestly isn't that long compared to some of the ones we've had on board for a while. But it was for a flute bag for a Japanese flute, shakuhachi. Yeah, shakuhachi. It's a fue is the bag itself, F-U-E. But anyway, he called me. He's like, are you going to be able to get it done? I was like, yes, you're like literally the next on the list, and I can get it done in the next week, which I did. It's shipped already. It's part of what I did last Monday. Yeah, I did it last Monday. But I thought I lost the fabric. I know for sure I had tucked it in a very safe spot when we moved the studio around, because I knew I had to work on it fairly rapidly. I should have done it before Knit City, but you know, here we are. It's done. Yeah, so I was like right in the middle of calling him, and I'm like, I am so sorry. I misplaced the fabric. And then I looked in the corner of the cutting room, and the fabric room. So this, where we used to have the cutting table. And I was like, there it is. And that, yeah. It was his package right there, and I was like, oh my God. I was so embarrassed about having to call and be like, I lost your fabric. And then also it's on the same foot almost of like, just as embarrassing that I found it, of course, right as I called. I was just like, oh my God, this is fucking stupid. Actually, I've got 2 more custom orders from that I should also do, to be honest. But yeah, because their event, they've got an event coming up on the 1st. So I should get it done before that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I can try. One person wanted a prayer bag for the Shinto prayers, and one person wanted a taiko, like the drumsticks bag. That's going to be a little bit more though, because I got to figure out a closure for the prayer bag, because I don't think they want metal in it, but I got to double check. So that one also, part of why we got to dig into the obi is because they wanted, I think that would look better for it. So then we need to go in and update the fabric catalog, and I need to chat with the wholesaler, make sure that they're still on board with the plan that we made back in like March. Yeah. Things have changed a lot since March. I'm still down for it, but it's whether they're still down for it, because I don't know what their years looks like. Who knows? And then we're heading into sale season. I will be hosting a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. Usually I mostly just do a Feed the Kitties sale. So every cat item that is purchased, I donate a can of cat food to the Cochrane Humane Society. I think this year we're going to do a $1 donation to my grandfather's cat, which is a charitable organization that basically orchestrates adoptions for cats from homes where either the person has passed away or moved into a situation where they can't have the cat anymore. So like hospice or assisted living, or like something has changed and these cats have to be rehomed. because the family can't take it, or like multiple factors, right? So I think we might do that this year. So yeah, so it'll be like every cat item sold, or like, so either a cat print or like the cat head pouches. Cat head pouches also count, even the cat paw scissors. And I'll figure out how much will be donated from each of those sales, because I will also be running a discount sale, because hi, you guys have been super supportive and we all need a break. So, and you heard it here first. That's the benefit to watching the live streams, is sometimes I just drop nuggets of not shit. You. Oh boy. We're settled on our Halloween costumes. Well, the kids are. One is going as a witch and one is going as a vampire spider. They had wanted to be a spider. The youngest wanted to be a spider all year, pretty much. Like, well, okay. The eldest has been set on a witch since last Halloween, when one of the teachers was dressed as a witch. And then the youngest was settled on spider. And then about 2 weeks ago, they went, no, I want to be Pikachu. I was like, oh, okay. So I started looking at Pikachu costumes, because at least we still have time to swap. Sucks, but you know, whatever. But then the next day they were like, no, I don't want to be Pikachu, because Pikachu's not spooky enough. I want to be a spider. I think it was actually they wanted to be a vampire. And then they're like, no, I want to be a spider. And I'm like, suggested, it's like, well, why don't we do vampire spider? So I'll get them some like the fake vampire teeth sort of thing, right? And I've been trying to figure out how to do the spider. And like one of the options always is like put the legs on like on a sleeves sort of thing. But I was like, that's a lot of work. That's my actual thought. It's a lot of work. That's coming from the woman who also was like, I am going to be one of those moms who makes all their Halloween costumes. No, just, I'll make them their Christmas outfits, but I will not make them the Halloween costumes, apparently. Brain. Canadian Tire had, okay, yeah, the spider costume. Canadian Tire had spiders. And I was like, wait, we can like pin one of these onto the back of the kid, like on a shirt. The legs are movable, so they like, I told school, it's like, yeah, just like push them up if you need to. And then it's like, it's super easy to take on and off. It doesn't destroy anything. We can use the spider for decoration later, all this. And then we also we got a bunch of like dress up stuff from my sister-in-law last year, and it had like a long black cape in there, so we can put that over top of the spider, so it looks like a vampire spider. It's gonna look actually really cool, I think. So we're still making it overall. The eldest's witch dress came from Goodwill though, because I found one for like $10.50 when I was there a few weeks ago. I was like, well, that I can't ignore that. So it's like it's very black, and then it's got a bunch of silver work on it and stuff like that. It actually looks really cool. Like, haven't seen anything, not that I've been looking, but I haven't seen anything else like it. So it'll be unique, and they wear their costumes to death. It does need a little bit, I gotta pin or like hem it up a little bit, because it's a big hoop skirt, and it's technically their size, but it is a little bit long, so I'm worried about them tripping over it. So I'm just gonna like, I think I'll stitch it up, because it is a hoop skirt. Stitch it up on the inside, and then it's like just out of the way better. All right. There we go. Okay, so we've got about 20 minutes. I could either head out, or I could do some exterior boxing. I've only been streaming for like what? Oh, 2 hours. Okay. I'm like already toast. Yeah, looking at the schedule, I will be taking the kids' Christmas break off completely. I'm like, A, and then I don't have to fight them. B, I get a break, more or less. Outside of, like, break from sewing, outside of childcare. I will probably do some sewing in that time, but one of the patterns I bought last night was some PJs. They're really cute. And I've had, like, princess flannel for myself for years now. And I'm like, so I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. So I think that's something I'll work on. For me, I do need to go in. I've got like Pokemon fabric that will match for both of them. So I want to go sew them some stuff like that. I got to figure out if I'm sewing them a Christmas. Oh no, I'm not sewing the eldest a Christmas outfit because they've got a dress. We got a dress for when we went for afternoon tea. And it's very Christmassy, so we'll just wear that. That's fine. That makes my life easier. And then the youngest, I don't know what to do for them yet. I do have like a nice flannel shirt from last year, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Figure it out. And honestly, the eldest also has like last year's outfit. Will still fit them too. So there's that too. All right. Yeah, we'll be doing the Black Friday sale and then probably something different for Boxing Day. I don't know what to do for Boxing Day yet. Probably. Maybe we'll do like different items each day or something like that. And yes, you would be able to combine shipping on them. Because I hate when it's like, I just placed an order and then this thing that I also wanted went on sale, but you can't combine shipping. It's dumb. Especially because I probably won't ship anything until in the new year. Yeah, so that's a good one too. And so like last year the eldest was a mermaid and then they just wore that dress basically to death. I need to actually wash it again because they still fit it. And then they would just wear it around the house and stuff like that. Probably not a lot of reuse in a lot of what we're doing this time. But like at the same time, even with the witch dress, it's not like I couldn't sell it back or like donate it back. The eldest will be delighted with it, and then we can also just be done with it. So it's in good enough shape, and like I can't see us doing any damage to it where it's like it wouldn't still be in good shape to go to another little kid. So there's that. Oh, I did find a good snowsuit for the youngest. I had a snowsuit from last year, and it was fine, except the Velcro was wearing out, and there's a hole in the crotch too. Could I fix it? The crotch hole is a little bit difficult because it's like in the front. I think I would have to take apart the whole pant. I could fix the Velcro, but it's also like getting to the point where any kind of insulation in it's really wearing out. So I'm like, and then I found one that will fit better as well. So I was like, okay, good. It's definitely the season for everything, but we also need to go get them boots. So I'm like, It's been like non-stop for replacing a few things this year. It's like indoor shoes, and then the eldest, because they're in kindergarten and the daycare / preschool, needed indoor shoes for both places. And then like the eldest or the youngest's feet have like shot up overnight and outgrown the shoes. I bought them in like August, I think. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh yeah, and then that was the other thing we went and got is I went and got inside shoes for the preschool because they've both definitely outgrown those shoes because they were like 11s and now they're both in about like 12 and a half or 13 and a half to ones. I think they're both in ones right now. The youngest definitely is. I can't remember what I got the eldest. I was just like, I do like not want to be paying even Costco prices for all of these shoes. So, especially when you're just going to like grow out of them soon. And the boots are a little bit tough, so I'll have to go take another look. It is interesting in my area though, because it's like, so Goodwill's been really, oh shoot, I need tags. Goodwill's been really good for stuff like, excuse me. What was I gonna say? Men's shirts and even sheets and stuff like that have been really good with Goodwill, but they rarely have kids' shoes, at least at the place that I go to. But the Value Villages in my area have been really good for, well, that's where I got the tablecloth last round, and kids' shoes randomly. It's like, okay. So that's been good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, actually, I just realized I'm going to count these out, and we are going to stop here because I need to go get changed. I'm not going to go out in my sweatpants today. If I was just picking up the kids, probably. But I got to go do business. 4, 6. Okay, so speaking of business, I keep going to our bank in Cochrane because that's where we bank with our treasury branch. And there's one woman there, and I swear to God, I have issues with her every single goddamn time I go into this branch. Like, I hope I don't see her when I go in, sort of shit. Because of course I'm usually going in to do float, so it's like it's a pain in the ass. I fully admit that. But the last couple times, so I told this story when we were coming back from Dawson 2 years ago, I think. We went to deposit money in the ATM. They have taken away the option of doing envelope deposits, so the machine ate a significant portion of the cash that I was depositing, which was also a significant portion of the cash that I'd gotten or just the sales the whole weekend. It was 5 minutes before closing, and so Dallas had to go in and like get it out of the machine. So since then, I don't do cash deposits in the ATM because I'm just like, nope, it's not worth it. Not worth it. The first time I went and did cash deposit, she bitched because it was all folded up. And I'm like, it's cash. It's like, what do you want me to do? And then it's just been like one thing after another recently. And then when I went to do it the other day, she was really snarky to the gentleman in front of me. Basically he is, it sounded like he's having issues with like the ATM or his like online passwords or something like that. Fair enough. I do consistently as well. And he asked if they were open on the Saturday, which they're not, which is also weird and annoying. And then he was like, this was Thanksgiving weekend. And he's like, are you open on Monday just to check in? And she's like, absolutely not. Just so aggravating. And then I walked up and she's like, well, we're trying to balance stuff. So you're going to have like, do you have cash to deposit? I'm like, yes. And she's like, well, you can go do it in the ATM. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, then you can go over there and sit and wait. And I'm like, all right. I just walked out. I'm just like, next time I go, instead of bitching about her on the internet, I am going to get her name and I'm actually going to put, like, I don't put complaints in about people very often because I'm just like, it's not cool. I don't envy the bank tellers. I'm sure they deal with shitty people all day, but I'm just like, this hasn't been just a one-time occurrence. I'm like, and yeah, you know, it's serious when I'm gonna go actually complain about someone. But yeah, it was just like so snarky. And then I went into a bank in Calgary, and said I need to deposit cash, and she was just like, yep, no problem. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, again, cat problems. What a problem to have. But also, like, if you don't like your job, figure it out. I don't know. Go do something else. It's not terrible. But she's so bitchy. And you know I don't like to use gendered terms, but it's just like, there is, well, okay, there are worse terms I could be using right now, but I'm not going to on the internet. Oh, anyway. But yes, next time I go in, because obviously I'm not going to go into Calgary every time I'm going to deposit cash into my account. That's stupid too. And like time consuming and wasteful. But if she's there next time, I'm going to get her name, especially if she's actually the one that's being the teller for me, because fuck this. It's so dumb. It's making me not want to go to my bank. So anyway, on that wonderful, very negative note, I'm going to head out. Like I said, I won't be back on tonight, but we're going to finish up this pile of small box bags for Shindig tomorrow. Shindig is at the Genesis Center in Calgary tomorrow. It's in Northeast Calgary from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. $5 tickets. You can buy them. I'm pretty sure you can buy them online. And if not, you can do cash or card at the door. And then I will be back streaming on soon. I'm going to say Monday, because I don't think I'm going to be photographing anything on Monday. Monday. And then we'll figure out what we're going to be making on Monday, because I don't know yet. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for joining me on my journey, as always. You guys always make it worthwhile being here. And I'll chat with you all soon. Bye.